Sunday stretching stream. Stretching my wrist right now. I need to get better at doing this for handstands. I always forget. Yeah, I'm just gonna do whatever feels good today. I wanted to title this one Self-Care Sunday. Let me go a little more. Not really much. Pause it for a second. I'm gonna have to turn that fan off too. That's loud now. Hopefully it's not. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, so basically I'm doing a bit of a flow stretch today probably. I just feel like being more mobile. In my last stream, which was on Thursday, a couple days back, I said that I wanted to do more floor stretches, more gravity work, and that has been really helping me. I know it's only been a couple days, but I've done it twice since then. And I don't know, I think it's a combination of like being in a new place and getting settled and like feeling grounded and like literally being on the ground. I just feel like I'm connecting a lot more to the earth right now because of that. And maybe it's just like mental, because you know, being so high up in the air, you're not close to the ground, you literally cannot feel it. And that's like a real magnetic pull that is scientific. And so yeah, it's just been really helpful. And like I said, I don't think that it's helpful for me to stream the stretches where I'm literally holding the stretch for like 10-20 minutes, because when I'm just sitting there talking, and as much as I'd like to think that you want to sit here and listen to me talk, I feel like perhaps it's not something that is as entertaining. At least for me, I don't think it's entertaining. So I'm not gonna stream those, but I have my plan, my goal is for that to just be like a daily thing. And I've already noticed a big difference as far as, like I said, just like mentally feeling grounded. It wasn't something that I was anticipating when I was trying to do the stretches. So just really trying to like loosen up my hips, you know, kind of do the lazy stretch like I say, but being on the ground and close to the ground while also doing gravity stretches has been really helpful. Hello. I can't see what you said, but I see what you said something. Happy Sunday, if it's Sunday where you are. I don't know. It's only 6 o'clock here, 6 p.m. in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, so basically the hip stretches have been nice, and I'll show you what I've been doing. I think I can show you here. I'll show you what I've been doing, just so if you want to try these on your own, you can. They've specifically been really helpful for me when I'm like in that in between, like I'm taking a break from something that I've been doing, because I've been doing home improvement stuff like literally 8 hours a day minimum. What was I saying? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, my plan is to have stretches like that every single day. I want it to just be something that I do, and I do feel like, because it has literally, it's been comfortable. Like it's not like, oh, I'm forcing myself to do this. And I've been like using like pillows and stuff as props because I've literally been sitting that long in stretches, so it's like I have to do that. But I can already tell I'm gonna have a lot more range. Just, yeah, it just, I don't know how else to describe it. It just feels like I'm literally grounded now. Not that I wasn't getting the benefits of the stretch in the last place, because it's still gravity, right? Gravity works the same. But the magnetic pull is something I can physically feel on this ground in particular. And like I said, maybe it's mental, but I can feel it. And so I'm going to keep going with it because it feels nice. Yeah. So, other than that, hopefully I do remember to show you the stretches at the end. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to mess up the flow. But probably just be doing more leg stretches today. I bought a Swedish ladder If you don't know what a Swedish ladder is, a Swedish ladder is basically like one of those calisthenic um, ladders that you attach to a wall so that you can do like pull-ups and crunches and like different like weight resistance like exercises. You can like attach bands to it, you can attach bars and like use it for all sorts of stuff. So that is something I purchased it at the beginning of the month, and in my mind I was like, oh, I'm gonna have everything set up. It's not gonna take that long. But that's like me. I'm thinking back now, like in my head, why I thought all that was gonna be achievable in such a short period of time. And I think it's because in my last place, I literally did everything like day by day. Like it wasn't just like I moved in and had to do it all at once. So it didn't feel like it was taking me a really long time because the task itself would take me like an hour and I'd be done. I'm like, oh, that was a super fast task. And that wasn't hard to do. So like whatever, I could make a list and get all these things done. That's what I was doing in my head. But the reality is, just like with anything else, when you do a bunch of work, you have to have endurance for it. And so I feel like I've been, oh my gosh, I feel like I've been trying to keep like high endurance throughout the whole day. And it's been like kind of putting me in this like mindset of like I'm not getting enough done, like I'm not, like it's making me feel like, oh, like maybe I need to get back on my medications and da-da-da. And I'm not saying I'm anti-medication for those of you guys that want to try and like throw that in my face. The reason why I haven't been on my medications is because I was drugged in my home, attempted murder, and I don't know where those drugs came from. So the medication that I had, I obviously was like, I can't even trust this because I don't know what I ingested, where it came from. Nobody is even investigating the situation seriously. So I'm like, I just have to listen to my body, which is what I practice, which is my philosophy, to allow your body to communicate. That comes before the medication does, right? The chicken and the egg or whatever it's not relevant in this scenario because we know we have to listen to our bodies first in order to identify whether or not we need medication. So I haven't had anything since I was in the hospital, which was in November. And I've been feeling good. Like you guys see, hopefully, that other than like kind of trying to vent and like mentally work through the reality of everything, I feel like I'm very clear-headed. Like I'm able, like, and I think things just make more sense now because I've literally been depending on other people's interpretations of my situation for my truth, only to find out that they weren't interpretations, they were complete fabrications to continuously keep me in this loop of like being unaware and obviously like question myself and obviously the information that I have access to. And so yeah, I was like, oh, I'm not getting enough done. Like my house is like, even just streaming. Like part of the reason why I haven't been streaming consistently, like yes, I'm moving and I have my day to myself. I can carve out an hour per stream. It's not like a hard math equation, but mentally for me, I don't know how you other streamers do this. If you do this, but I cannot get on camera and be like, hey everybody, knowing that the rest of my place is a mess. Like just like mentally, my brain's like, you don't know. This is not the priorities are not in check. And so it's like I feel like I have to have enough done to even have the I won't say motivation because it's not, like I said, it's not hard, but it's just you feel like authentically here, really like providing you with the information that I think is most beneficial because that's my goal. Is to just really do what I say and I think is the best practice. And so yeah, but today I was like, I first of all stayed up until like 10. I stayed up until like 9:30 and I was like, you know what? I stream at 11, I might as well just stay up and then I'll go to sleep after the stream. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna wash my hair and it'll be fine. And so I ate something and I'm not really ate. I was like, you know what? Let me just eat a little something since I'll be awake anyway. And next thing I know, I'm waking up at 1 o'clock and I'm like, damn. And I don't know, I think it's like, I have no schedule right now. Like I literally just get up whenever I feel like it, and I start working on whatever catches my attention. And like I said, there's so many things that I need to do here that I can't even like keep my mind wrapped around one specific task. It's like I've been doing tile in the bathroom, tile in the kitchen. I've been doing spray painting the tile because they don't have the color that I want, and so like it's been raining, and so I've only been able to do like a couple tiles a day because it takes hours for it to dry. Then go back and spray it again, let it dry, and like checking for like debris from the wind and the trees and everything. Yesterday, like it was dry for the whole day, and I was super excited. I got like 10 tiles done, which is a lot, and then the last few tiles I had, they were like perfect. I was like, oh my gosh, these are gonna be like, you know, when you have those really good ones, you're like, these are gonna be the ones in the center where I know they're gonna catch someone's attention. And I was like, these are definitely gonna be those, right? So I'm like working on the tile in here, and it's getting dark or whatever. I'm not thinking about it because the day's been great. And I'm like in my room now, like doing something else, and I'm like, oh shit, is that the rain? And I'm like, oh no, my tile. And so the tile that was supposed to be like my perfect tile, it got rained on, and I just went out and it was dark, so I couldn't see anything. I just picked them up and I put them under the cover and like tilted them all sideways so that the rain could, you know, drain off there or whatever. I didn't even look at them today because I'm like, I'm sure I don't want to be like pessimistic about it, but chances are they're not going to be those centerpiece tiles that I was hoping they would be. And I might even have to scrap them completely because literally sanding spray paint is like such a waste of energy and time. So you're literally like, for me, it's like I wonder why I'm making it myself is to save money. Like regular tile is like $80 for like 10 tile, whereas I can buy like an entire pack of like 40 and just change the color myself. But yeah, lots of home improvements, and the thing is like I like doing it. It's not like I have like, okay, I'm like, oh man, I have to do this. It's just like mentally having these things not done is what's like making my brain like go like something's wrong, you know, something's wrong. Yeah, I did put up one of the bookshelves in the corner up here, or a wall on the side. I bought these 2 bookshelves, and I don't know, like I just didn't feel like measuring it because I was like, I want to get whatever the biggest ones I can because I know I have a lot, and it's probably not going to hold everything anyway. And they were big, and they're actually the perfect size if I didn't want to keep my plants. And obviously I'm not going to just get rid of my plants if I don't have to. So I put one together. I put the books that I have that I can fit on there. But the second one, I am returning it, and I'm exchanging it for another one that is the exact same like the exact same kind, but it's like 10 inches shorter. And so hopefully that's enough that I can keep my plants on that riser. If you ever see my TikTok, like the very first video I have, I think, on my TikTok is me like building out a plant riser, and there was like the start of my plants. I think I had like full plants at the time. But yeah, so it's that, and basically just like that way, you know, because they're just tiered, so you need to turn it and take the glasses. So half of the books are up, at least. It mentally feels better in my head to see it. Okay, it's getting there. It still doesn't look obviously like I want to have any pride in any of it right now. Everything is like, everything that I've done, even if I finished it, it's not finished. Like it's just enough for me to feel like, okay, I know where this is going and I can move on to the next thing. So yeah, I have one bookshelf made, half of my books are up on it, and not half. The plants are still alive, they've been taking in a lot of water, but now well as they would be if they were in the window. Obviously without the sun and everything, but it's been, what, 2 weeks now? 2 weeks that the plants have been here, and they're still alive, they're still green. There's one in my room, like a bigger one. I honestly don't know. I don't know the name of my plants. I don't care. I think it's like everybody says it's a fig. I don't think it's a fig. I really don't. But that one's like 4 feet tallish, and all the leaves are pretty good except for like 2 of the leaves on the bottom are like slightly yellow on the corner, and that kind of like is considered because that's like a very fast turn in a short period of time. This one over here, the tallest one over there in the corner, which was once very large and then almost completely died, and then I was gonna throw it away, but I was like, nah, I'll just see what happens. And then one day I looked and it just like had this random green leaves poking out the bottom, and it came back to life a little bit, and then it birthed another little one, and I like split it and put it over there, and that one's doing really well. Anyways, this one, it's supposed to be purple and green, and it's getting like a little bit of a beige tint in the center, like the stem area. So again, 2 weeks change is pretty big change in such a short period of time, but they are taking in way more water than they were before. So I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to observe my plants consistently like this. Not to say like as long as you come to your house every day, you should be able to pay attention to your plants so that, oh, the color of my plant is changing. I need to pay attention to it. But it's also being able to like compare it to what it was before. So I know how much water they were taking, I know how fast or short the color would change if something was wrong. So these were like kind of like the biggest things I'm noticing with them right now. But yeah, still green, and all my plants are green and purple. And that's just because that was like the color scheme at the time of when I was decorating that place. I feel like this place doesn't really have a color scheme anymore. I mean, honestly, like I didn't really have a color scheme. Like, if you look at how many colors there were in my living room, it's pretty much, there are a lot of colors like there are now, because I have like the rainbow iridescent like my pool, or the like ram head that I would see in the TikToks, if you look at my TikToks. And so yeah, it's just like all of those colors, which is at least like 4 colors. And yeah, so I'm still kind of keeping up with that thing, but yeah, I don't know. Okay. I kind of wanted to get a new yoga mat, but then I realized, like, this is actually kind of like the perfect color for this floor. I don't know how you guys feel about me streaming in this space permanently. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the chat or hit me up somewhere else. Because at first, as you guys know, like, I was streaming when I very first started streaming, very first like stream period, it was in my living room, because I was like, I want to have as much space as possible. I want to be able to run around. I want to do movements, all that stuff. Right? That was the goal. That's always the goal. More space is better. But with the issue of having so much space and so many levels and how many places I have to go and access to TV and this and that, and it just ended up being easier for me to make a space specifically for streaming, which is how the studio came to the thing. And I got really used to it, and I really liked having like a dedicated space for streaming, and it just felt like cozy to me, because the other space, even though I wanted it to be open to have room to do everything, it was like so open that it didn't feel, yeah, like I would get like cold and shit in the winter. Like, it's just like big places now. I'm grateful, but you know, But yeah, so now that I'm here and I've been doing my TikToks here, and this is what third or fourth stream that I've had in this same spot, and I'm kind of like, maybe I should just keep streaming in this spot and not have a streaming studio anymore. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Let me know, because like, what's the point of having a whole other space to record just my streams when I'm recording my TikToks in here anyway, and I already started recording my streams in here anyway, and the space is comfortable enough for me to feel like I can move around. And also just like the consistency of it all too, like it's like, oh, I know that space versus like, oh, where are you now? Like, I don't like I don't want everybody to know what my house looks like, especially after everything that like went down the last year or so. Like, I don't want people to know what I have. I don't want people to know what I am. I don't want people to know the layout. Like, have a TikTok with me. Like the first day I recorded here, I think, a TikTok, I was like, I didn't even have walls. Like, even this area, all my boxes, everything was in this room. There was nowhere for me to set up at all, and I had to use the hallway, which is like right here. And now I'm like, oh no, people know what my doors look like, you know, and that's not a feeling I want to have. Like, those aren't thoughts that I want to have to be like running through my head. Like, is somebody trying to map out my place, you know, whatever. Because then, yeah, paranoia is not a good feeling, especially when it's valid and people want to discredit you because they just can't comprehend your reality. Pointing toes, pointing toes. But I tried to point my toes, and then I realized that like ballerinas, they don't even point their toes, they literally make straight seams that they like completely curve them down. So I'm like, let me just try and do that, and then when I'm relaxing, it'll be more complete. Right? I don't know. Working on it. Because this is literally like, everybody thinks, I don't know if everybody thinks pointing toes is just a normal thing, but it's never been, aside from like when I'm jumping, like cheerleading jumps, that's natural for me because I don't know how you can jump flat-footed. That's like, I think that would literally hurt your bones. But yeah, pointing my toes is like, I have to constantly remember. I don't always look back at my handstand TikToks and I'm like, damn, like, does it ever trying to point my toes, like I completely forget, and it feels like it should be second nature, because the jumping and stuff really just doesn't come out that way in the videos, so making conscious effort to point my toes more, and that is a stretch too. Like, being able to point your toes is really like flexibility in your ankles and in your feet, and that is a really big impact on your alignment, your spine and everything, because you're standing right on your feet. If your ankles are tight, you don't have flexibility in these tarsal areas, then it can offset a lot of things. So, yeah. January really is, to me, it feels like the month of alignment for me. Like, I'm grounding physically into my space, into my body. I'm trying to listen to my body more, especially with like not having as much interference with like misinformation and lies and things to just like try to distract me and make me doubt my reality. Yeah, but I did meet with my therapist on, I want to say Thursday or Friday. So I'm going to be back on the same medication, but just less. And I basically just told her straight up, I was like, well, I don't know how I got drugged. I don't trust nobody anymore because nobody's taking this shit seriously. And everybody just wants to think that they're this like mystery solver that's like, oh, I know what the problem is. It's you. It's like, no, I don't even want to feel like you were really smart and you know what you're talking about, because that's the way that, you know, society sets us up. So you feel like you're on to something, but you're wrong. And I'm trying really hard. Trying really hard here. But yeah, so I have a totally different way of receiving my medications now, which is going to wipe away my paranoia of not being able to trust the distributors that I've had to go through. Because I think I told you guys, like, I posted it on my X account too, but like the, what is it? Is it Walgreens? Oh, CVS. They were on some weird shit, man. Like, they were sending me all sorts of weird, like you know, like phishing. Like when someone's sending you phishing shit, and you're just like, nah, it had that all over it. And I was like, and then one of the bitches, I don't even know, want to try and talk to me like I'm like a 12-year-old. Like, first of all, bitch, you work for me. I don't even know why you think. And I do mean that with like a period at the end. Like, you're not allowed to speak to me. Like, distribute. You're basically like a register. I don't know why you think you're like. So yeah, that was really just like the red flags, the red flags, the red flags. Yeah. So we'll be back on everything in time. But it feels nice to know that I have been able to follow my own philosophy of like listening to my body, taking them in, taking things in, considering my environment, analyzing what's happening, and then understanding my body enough to know whether or not I'm responding appropriately or not to whatever's happening. And I did yesterday start back on my medication, and when I did that, I was like, you know what, I'm going to be very meticulous about what I'm doing, because I really do have to document this for myself. I can't trust them. People that want to say they're experts but really just want to be able to say they have a case that they can say that they work with. And I wrote every single thing down that I did, because normally I'll make a list of things I want to do, and I will check that list off throughout the day, but I'll do things in between. Instead, yesterday what I did was I did what came to me naturally, which is what I would do anyway, and then pick up a task. And then I wrote that thing down, and I wrote the time that I finished it at. And then I also wrote down that I took a break and what time the break was over, so I could literally see, like, okay, really, how was my time allocated? And I was really surprised to see that I only took like a 3 hours of a break, like throughout the entire day, and that's like a 14-hour day, 8 week. Like I would pause, and in my mind I'm thinking, oh, I'm looking at my phone, I'm just sitting there, I'm not doing anything. Like, that's what I'm feeling in my mind, because at the end of the day I'm looking around, there's nothing done. Like, there's shit everywhere, so many things I have to finish and work on. But I would do something the whole day, and it's just the things that I'm doing are taking me way longer than I thought. So putting up one tile in the kitchen, it's literally a square, right? In my mind I'm thinking it's a square, perfect lines, all you gotta do is line it up, move to the next one. It shouldn't take that long. No, it took me about, I would say for 4 tiles, it took me about 2 hours. And it's not like I just stick the tile up, right? It's like I gotta spray the tile, I gotta check on the tile, I gotta go back, I gotta touch up the tile, I gotta make sure it dries, and I gotta make sure it measures, I gotta make sure it lines up, I gotta cut everything the right way first time, line it up, and then line it up, and it looks like it's okay, and then scoop back, and then okay, go back, fix it. And just one tile, that's just for one tile, right? So yeah, and then you'll like work backwards or look back at it, and I'm like, wow, okay, like I actually am doing something the whole day, and it just doesn't feel like it, because I can't be like, it's done, it's done. And don't get me wrong, like I said, the tile in the bathroom, totally messed that up. My bed, totally messed that up. And that's just not proper planning went into it with an actual plan, it would have been executed fine. And it's all fine, but it could be better and it would have been less time consuming if I had had like a better plan going into it. And even like yesterday, because I'm still working on the bathroom, even yesterday I'm like, oh my gosh, like even right now I feel like I can pull everything, start over, and now with the information I have now, I would be able to finish the whole thing faster than just going back and like fixing every little individual tile. That's what I've been doing, is going in and fixing like every individual tile. And I really love the tile because it's like this blue honeycomb shaped tile, so I feel like I'm like, it gives me like ocean vibes, like being in the water, like the blue, but the nature as well as the little honeycomb, and it's like there are like, it's tile, right? So I just like, can stare at it and then it's like a geometric illusion, you know, when you're just kind of staring into it. At least that's what I was doing, what I've been doing. So I'm excited when it's all said and done and I'm like taking the bath in there and I can just look at the tile and just like, wow. But it's gonna be a very long time before my bathroom's done, unfortunately. I've never had to redo a bathroom the way I'm redoing this bathroom, but yeah, it's just Amazon. Ordering things coming in late, things coming in wrong or not being what I thought they were gonna be, or like one of the orders that I have came in like 3 days. It was like, oh, did you go to 2 weeks? It came in like 3 days. And then the second time I ordered it, because I ran out, the second time I ordered it, it's still not here. I ordered like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and it's not gonna be here until potentially February. So I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a long time and I'll have my bathroom done. And every time I'll come to my bathroom, I'm like mentally like, ugh, because I just wanted to be finished. That's the place where you go to like relax and feel tranquility. But it's okay. I feel like that in my room. My room is very cozy to me. My mattress, I ordered a mattress on Amazon. I'm not like a picky person, I really don't care. I look for like color schemes, price obviously. If I know the brands, like obviously if it's a brand that I really, really trust, I will just get that brand. Like Dyson, for example, or if Dyson makes it and I need it, I'm probably gonna buy the Dyson one because I already know I don't have no bullshit, I don't have no issues, it's gonna be everything that I need. With this mattress, I got it because it was like a darker color, and I just like, I've always had white mattresses, and it's just so easy for them to get dirty. I don't want white for that reason. And so I just bought it because of that. Literally, it's the only reason. I was like, oh, I like this, that it's not white. And so I bought it, and took it out of the box, did everything I'm supposed to do. And I just feel like it's like not a very good mattress. It's not awful. But it's probably not the best mattress. Maybe I just really liked my last mattress. But it just looks like it's not. It doesn't fill out the way that it's supposed to. And then they're like, oh, let it sit out for a couple days. I wasn't even here, so it was definitely sitting out. But it's whatever. It's still very comfortable. I got like one of those pillow topper mattress pads. Which I haven't had. I don't think I've had one since like college. So mentally right now when I wake up, I feel like I'm like in a hotel. Because every time I wake up in like a different like environment, my body, it tries to like be like, where are you right now? Like that's like, I don't even know where I am when I wake up. Like what country I'm in, am I at home, whatever. I just like, my body just like, where are you right now? So every time I wake up right now, I'm like, ooh, this feels nice. Where am I? Then I open my eyes, I'm like, oh, no, really? This is cool. So I hope that feeling lasts for a long time. So right now, it feels nice to wake up and be like, ooh, I'm in a luxurious place. And it's my own bed. But yeah, I think it's just because, like, you know what? Everything's like fresh and new and fluffy and just like, yeah, that's what it feels like right now. So yeah, Mobility Monday, y'all. I need to do Mobility Monday. I obviously didn't stream on time today, but I still got on here. Self-care was important for me today. I prioritized. But I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow because I was doing Sunday stretching consistently. I feel like rather consistently throughout the move, and then I kind of didn't really do Mobility Monday. I think Mobility Monday was like there was always something happening on Monday that like kind of threw it off a little bit. And I can tell the difference in my handstands, the control that I do not have for the lower half of my body. I know it's from my lack of attention to my hip flexors, which when I very first started my handstand journey and streaming, I was not in any way, shape, or form versed on the impact hip flexors have on your handstands, but I learned about it, and then I can incorporate some things, and then I just sort of naturally started doing it inside of my Mobility Monday routines. And so it was just something I wasn't even thinking about. And then I think coming back, trying to get recalibrated with everything here, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like my hip flexors feel weak. And the fact that I even know that that's what the problem is like, oh, that's so nice. Oh, that's so nice. But Mobility Monday is necessary. I did some mobility 2 days ago because I was like, nah, I'm not waiting till Monday. I'm just doing it and I'm not streaming it and I don't care. And it ended up being more like, you know, what is the word? Stationary at the end of the day because I like move a little bit, like, you know. The type of stuff that you don't really want to do on stream because it makes you look really old and broke down. Well, yeah, it felt really nice, and then I'm like, man, Mobility Monday, it's clutch, and I don't care if anybody says, must mobilize on Mondays. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm holding stretches. Hopefully I can get my butt to the ground by the end of holding this one. I don't know how far we can go now. 2 inches off the ground. See how low I can go. But yeah, the thing about Mobility Mondays, I think, in comparison to Sunday stretching, obviously stretching is like you gotta do it every day, unless you're already moving your body like that every day, which is why kids don't really have to stretch or anything because they're already just moving like that, and their bodies aren't like getting stiff. But the mobility part is literally like, okay, I can move to that position, but can I move in that position? And that's the difference. That's the difference right there. It is impacting my handstand. It is noticeable. Oh my goodness. So if you're doing this stretch at home and you're like, oh, like I can't even get that low and it hurts really badly, I actually am kind of like using my, I'm like holding my stability a little bit on the back of my heels. But if you can't get down this low, and trust me, this is not comfortable for me, get a pillow. Put that under your butt. It's not about what it looks like, it's about the alignment and the way that your body is progressing in the alignment. So if you're just trying to look like you're touching the ground, but you're all leaned to the side, you're all cocked to this, whatever the case may be. Oh my goodness, get me out. That did not look cute. Then you're really not getting the benefit and you're not getting as much growth. Put something under your butt. Do what I just did. Stop before it gets too painful because it was getting too painful without having something underneath my butt. And this pillow is very squishy. So I know if I sit on it, it's just a little, it's from Pier 1. One of those like weird, like squishy, I don't know, it's a cool pillow, it's squishy. Anyway. So yeah. I'm not gonna get up. I will come down this way. I just want to make sure my knees these can stay on the ground. Oh. Okay. This one I can do. So this one, it's kind of more gravity assisted. My hips are still being pushed out in the same manner. But I'm not putting as much strain because I have weight in my chest on the ground. So hopefully that is something you can do. And again, if you can't get to the ground from this position, bring the ground to you and the pillow or two underneath you for that. But yeah, this is probably one of the gravity stretches that I can do. If you're looking for gravity stretches that I've been doing off screen, again, I'm allowing my chest to hit the ground. So literally my entire chest is on the ground. I don't really care about how high up my butt is. I care that my chest is on the ground so I can rest comfortably with my knees apart. And my butt will move on its own slowly down to the ground as time goes on. But if I start off up here and then I'm pressing, everything is coming straight down. I don't have any relief with my chest or weight there. Just so you know. Okay, let's see. I'll pop up for a bit. Oh my gosh. Quad stretches are necessary. Quads have always been very tight on me. Also very big impact on your handstands. Something I learned over time doing these streams. Stretch your quads. My quads, like, I remember when I was younger, I used to like pull my leg like all the way back without lifting my chest, without bringing my chest forward. You know, if you try to keep your chest forward and pull your leg back, that's as far as I can go right now. Without leaning forward. I can lean forward and pull it back, or I'm like specifically talking about stretching the quad and the quad only. Like this one. Hold it for at least a minute. At least. What's cooking? Good looking? Has anybody been eating good food? I have not been eating good food lately. I'm not getting me wrong, I've been eating decent. But I'm still going through the things that I purchased before I moved, like just stuff that I was like cleaning out of my house. And I like it. Like I like the idea of there being no food here until it's time to go grocery shopping. And I mean, I've got like, I get like bread and like produce and like dairy products because obviously those go bad really fast, but it's nice. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm almost completely out of pastas. Not really, I still have like, I want to say I have probably like at least 10 packages of pasta still. Like spaghetti, linguine, egg noodles, rice noodles, like I don't have to buy pasta for a very long time still. But like in my mind, if I go straight like, oh, I don't have any lasagna though. I'm like, go buy a box of lasagna so that I have pasta. If I decide one day I want to make a lasagna, I don't have to go to the store to buy it. Like that's literally how my pantry looks on a regular basis. So doing the opposite here in this space, I'm only going to buy food when I know I'm going to make it. I'm not going to store it for the day when I might want it. Not an express. Like I said, 12 packages, and that's me guesstimating, you might read more. 12 packages of pasta, and I haven't bought pasta in months. It's just bringing it from my place to this place, just had that much left. But I'm out of pasta sauce, and I keep forgetting to buy heavy cream. And I thought I bought heavy cream. I bought like Parmesan and stuff so I could make fettuccine Alfredo. And then I was like super excited to have it. So I went to go make it, and I was like, no, I forgot the heavy cream. But I can't have a pasta. I mean, I could do like a pepe, but I'm not Italian, and it's not gonna taste that good. So yeah. You come down here over time. You hear my bones popping? The Yogi Pops are back. The Yogi Pops are back. The pops are, to me, they're a sign that like my body is getting mobile again. Like after pops, it's just like nobody knows the pain I'm going through. Pop, it's like, oh, you get it. It's like, you know, when the oil starts to kick in. It feels like that. It's so interesting having neighbors like the sounds. Because otherwise, like, that was me, and I was at home, I'd be like, oh my gosh, something is downstairs, or upstairs, or whatever. That cat that visits me, I know I said something about it being reminding me of the cat from Men in Black, but, like, it really is starting to feel like some sort of psyop cat, because, and animals are smart, so don't get it twisted and you think I'm like, oh, somebody's sending the cat. The cat could be sending itself. Cats are very smart. But it literally came out and was like circling the area at the time where I'm supposed to be streaming. And I thought that was funny. Or at least, you know, when I look at it. And I feel like it knows. Like it's like, oh, you're gonna be out here. Because I don't see it. It doesn't come around. But yeah, I don't know. Nosy ass cat. Also don't talk to myself, so it might be like just the neighbor's cat that comes downstairs because it's like, oh, somebody coming. I don't know. But I definitely have a cat neighbor. I haven't had a cat neighbor. I don't think I've ever had a cat neighbor. That's not true. I had neighbors when I was in college. They named their cat Mr. Bojangles, but it wasn't an outdoor cat, so I never saw it. Okay. If I can hold myself up on my hands like this, why is it so hard for you to do it in handstand? Make it make sense. Make it make sense! Streaming for, because I don't know what time I started. I started at like a random time. But I feel like it's probably been almost an hour. I usually stream for an hour. I'll do a few more stretches here, and I'll probably wrap up with a camel. Trying to get my spine. Like I said, I'm just really like, this month, pointing toes and alignment are my really big focuses, like walking my shoulders out completely. I haven't been doing that in my handstands in a very long time, and I did not notice. I went back and was looking at my TikToks like for form, and somewhere along the last like 2 months, I just forgot to like put attention into the structure of my shoulders, and I was focusing way more on my lying, like trying to keep my legs up, and just the balance overall. And the balance is just like, I was thinking about like what my hands are doing and like whether or not I was getting like that gas pedal thing that people were always talking about that I still can't figure out. Yeah. Tis what it is, tis what it is, tis what it is. So shoulders would be like this. Like this. But I was like this. Like it was this. Because I've just been doing this. Are you like this? Well, I've just been doing this. Did I notice? So it's like the foundation, like with anything. If you're not starting off with the right foundation, nothing else is gonna work. So I've been doing handstands for like 2 months and not even thinking about that part. I'm just expecting it to just work. I really wish I had a coach for my handstands. But I still feel like that would be cheating. Like, it's not cheating if like you're like, let's say you're like a Cirque du Soleil acrobat. I have a lot of friends that are acrobats for the circus things, and like that's literally their job. So they have some people, they're already really good, but they have people that are really good helping kind of get better faster. But I always feel like it's not my job. Like, oh, I'm a natural acrobat. I feel like, I don't know, you gotta walk into acrobatics like I earned this strength and this skill and now I'm here to perfect it. Versus to being like, I paid someone to teach me how to do these things so I can come and get paid to do these things. I don't know. Or maybe that's just like the artist in me that always thinks of doing everything for passion rather than profit. But yeah, in my mind I've always just been like, I'm not gonna show up as an acrobat because I paid for it. Like I want to be able to be like, I paid for it, blood, sweat, and tears, and then I got paid for it. Honestly, I don't think I would be in Cirque du Soleil. Woo-wee. Let me just tell you this. Those Cirque du Soleil people, I don't know a lot of them. I just knew a couple, and the ones that I know, they are 100% who the fuck they look like, okay? Like, they are no joke. Great people, great work ethic, amazing superhumans. Like, literally superhuman. It's not something, like I said, it's not something you can pay for. But yeah. Oh, I can even do my camel. I'm just like thinking about acrobats now. Like, that bitch is a superhumans. Okay. Finishing here. That wasn't a very long hold, but like I said, I'm going to be doing a lot more grab stretches and things like that off the stream. But yeah, so this is Mobility Monday. Today is the 11th of January 2026, and tomorrow I will be doing Mobility Monday. I want to say no matter what, because I don't want to be a liar, but you know, my philosophy is to do what your body is asking you to do, listen to it as best as you can, and try to respond in a way that you think will solve the problem that your body is communicating to you. Like your car communicates with its check engine lights, change oil lights, and windshield wiper lights, and all of that stuff. So yeah, my body's been asking for Mobility Monday whether I want to stream it or not. I'm gonna stream it. Hopefully it's on time tomorrow, which is supposed to be at 11 o'clock Pacific time. I don't know if I'm going to change my stream times yet. I know I haven't been, like I said, popping up at exactly the time that it says, but the way that Twitch works, I can't put any notifications up for you to let you know I'm not going to be there, or running late, or whatever the case may be. And I just feel like, yeah, my schedule is doing what it should be doing right now, which is responding to the environment in a safe way. And I definitely feel like I'm now, after doing my little time experiment yesterday with my tasks, I am using my time wisely. I'm just not getting things done as fast as I want to, which is typical for me. Somebody's making a fire right now. It smells good. Okay, but yeah, so tomorrow I will be streaming Mobility Monday. I hope it's on for you if you come and you want to watch it live, or you want to be able to interact. I don't even know what this person says right today. I didn't even respond. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, on the stream regardless. I just don't know if it's going to be on time, but it will be a Mobility Monday stream. My plan is to do a bunch of the mobility exercises that I collect on my phone. I don't know what they're going to be. I'm just going to pick ones that feel good to me. Mostly lower body stuff and alignment focused exercises, which is Mobility Monday. So yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your week. I hope you have a good start to your week. Thank you for being here whenever you're watching this, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully.